Hi, welcome back to Tabletop Nights. I'm Greg, and today we are looking at Gray Eminence from Dragon Dawn Productions. Now, these guys have had a couple of games that have flown under the radar, but their biggest hit is obviously Perdition's Mouth Abyssal Rift, as you can see behind me there, which is a massive game. There is another Kickstarter starting early next year, hopefully, with a subsequent part to that, which looks just amazing. If you like Gloomhaven, you will love Abyssal Rift. It's not the same, it's quite different, it feels different, but it's so thematic, it's great. Anyway, Gray Eminence, political intrigue, all sorts of bits and pieces. Let's have a look at the back of the box here. It's good that they show the contents there, which is always important. We had quite a bit to do in the development part of this game, and that's not why we put a stamp on it, but we loved it so much that we felt like we wanted to be involved. So, great design, political intrigue, very current, very topical. There's tweets from a presidential demigod who thinks he runs the universe. Sounds familiar. But this is just an unboxing, so let's lift the lid and see what we have inside. So here's the rule book. Not many pages. I know this because I've delved into it quite a bit already. Right, so it's 9 pages really, or 8 pages including the cover. Easy to follow through. Half the rules are on the boards anyway, but it allows you to get into the game and actually sort of play it as you go, and you'll pick it up in no time. It is a bidding and bluffing game, so if you don't like those kinds of games, maybe isn't for you, but I'd give it a go anyway, to be honest. All right, what have we got here? Let's keep the book open so we can see what all the components are. Relationship chart. Wow, there's heaps of stuff here. All right, so this is the I think this is the power struggle board, and what we have here is basically some markers go in the neutral territory there, and they can move up and down, which is impacted by what you do, and how you might want to affect the gameplay. There's a little baggie here for putting some bits and bobs in there, so it's good. That's very colourful. Spot for all your tweets, mandatory events and additional events. We have the visibility track. So this is one where you can choose to sort of be right up there in the public eye or hiding in the background. And that impacts what you can do on your turn. These are the player boards. So there's, what have we got? We've got 6 player boards there, which is great. You have faction cards that go up here, and you have sort of your action cards that go down here. And again, you can see there, everything's on the board, which sort of tells you what to do. And you might think it's complicated. Play one round of it and you'll go, okay, I get it. Why am I doing this? Oh yeah, that's why. So they're really good. That's sort of standard card stock. On the back, oh, this is great. I haven't seen these before with a reference sheet. Tells you what all the icons mean. Pretty straightforward. Money, power and influence. There's really only the 3 resources in the game. Excellent. Is there anything on the back of that one? Just more of the same. I think it's the same. Don't remember there being any difference for that. No. Okay, really good. You can see there's different icons on the top of the here, so everyone has their own different player token. Excellent. I'm going to leave the little boxes for the moment. So these are sort of your standard cubes. You have your resource, influence and power cubes. They're quite small, but they need to be small because they've got to fit in this bidding pool here as you do your different bits and pieces. And these are basically the influence markers which go on this track down here as each power sort of moves towards conflict or allied. So I won't open those, but there's heaps of those, plenty to play the game. All right, what else have we got in here? What are these? Oh, these are your, I can't remember what these ones are called. Da-da-da. Secret objectives. Okay. So in this game, you have, I guess, a public objective, which we'll see in a minute, and then you have secret objectives. So as you complete these, this is how you get how you win the game, by capturing these victory points on the bottom of there. Some are easy, some are hard, and sometimes people will pick up which ones you're going for as you've played a few times, which is good because then they'll try and stymie your actions. So they're really good. They're not linen finished, but they are thick. These are thick cards. They are going to last ages. That's quite good quality there. And you'll see all the cards have little bits of flavour text on them. If you really want to get into the politics of it, read them because they're exceptional. But if you don't, it's still a good game. It doesn't feel political, although it does feel like there's sort of this Machiavellian machinations going on. So if you don't like sneaky games, but again, I think that's a cracker. So there's a heap of cards there. What have we got? 36 objective cards. Excellent. Oh, right. We've got some faction cards here now. Again, same size cards. Nice artwork on the back. And on the front, you'll see they've all got things like FBI, Opus Dei, all things you've heard of. WikiLeaks, Falun Gong, KKK. And they have different ways of influencing the bidding pool. So you can, using this iconography here, you can see things that get added or taken out of the bidding pool because you're trying to achieve or not achieve events depending on what your own motivations are. So they're really good, really clean. They're great, the little faction cards. And on your player board, you'll see they go here. So as you basically get them, you can tuck them under here. But then they get... So they'll be placed like that so that this will happen. Or they'll be placed like that so that this will happen. And then they get refreshed. Very good. I'm really impressed with it. Again, really thick cardstock. Not like the some of those flimsy ones. So if you're going to sleeve these, they're not going to bend anyway. Action cards. So how much? Sorry, there were 31 faction cards, and now we've got 70 action cards. And I think there was an option to actually, on one of the pledge levels, to influence what some of these cards are. So there might be some from backers that were specifically designed by them. So these are your action cards. They get placed, again, on your player board. You place them down here. Now, depending on where you place them, so your... I can't remember what the terms are. Let me grab another board. Oh, that's right. So you have common good. These ones for personal gain, a card that'll be discarded, and then one that can be used for either. So when you play it, for example, this one here, I could trash a tweak card and cancel its effects, or I could gain an influence. So I can choose to play that card here or here. But again, where you specifically play them doesn't really matter as long as you use them for one of these 4 actions for each card. So even if you use this one here for common good, you could actually end up discarding it as long as you don't discard something else. So you could end up discarding that one. But this is just to more guide you about what you can do on your turn. So they are, again, really good, really thick cardstock, easy iconography. The text is clear. Flavor text again. Heaps of those. What do we say? 70 action cards. So they're good. I'm going to have a look at the tokens for the moment. So the game round marker, which goes on here. So there's a short game over 5 rounds and a long game over 8 rounds. The game doesn't feel like it takes longer, like you're always doing something, and a lot of things you do simultaneously with the other players. So there's virtually no downtime at all, which is important. I don't know, what are these markers? And hi to Timo and the team who put this together. It was it was a tough campaign because they worked so hard on getting it just right. Well done. These are entity markers. Okay, I can't remember what they were for, because when we were playing with the prototype, we didn't have a lot of these things. So they are really good. This is good, thick cardstock. It's not flimsy, and the die cut is really good. They pop out. These are your victory points, which aren't secret. You get to know how many people have, and they are punching out really nicely. So they're good. Good quality again. I might sound like I'm biased and I've got shares in the company. I don't. I just have a bit of affection for this company who tries so hard to put out something that's a bit different. Look them up. Singularity Sky is something that's coming up. It's based on a series of books or a novel. Looks amazing. Watch out for those Kickstarters in the new year. Obviously, a lot of people have deferred things to next year under the current circumstances. Oh, these are great little reference cards there. Nice to see. Plenty of information. Again, the same cardstock, really nice and thick. These are your tweet cards. And depending on the events that come out, there's a certain number of tweets that will go up here. So they get placed one after the other. And when these hashtags or keywords match the events, they can determine whether they get triggered or not. So really good, lots of text. If you read these, you'll recognize some of the things that are going on there and who might be saying them. But again, another clever mechanic that you can influence. So there might be tweets up here that you don't like, so you can use some of your shenanigans to trash them so they don't have an impact. But these are all set up. You can see some, it's probably a bit hard to see, but you'll see in the top corner here, there's card sets. So for different scenarios, you'll have some of the cards. You won't always have all the cards all the time, but it clearly tells you which ones to use for each scenario. So they're good. They're the tweet cards. All right, I think these are the special events, I think. Again, there's a lot of quality in this game, and a lot of attention to detail. So these might have been the additional ones that were added. I can't remember, but basically, as the events get played, they'll get played down here. So there's always a mandatory event will go here. And what you're trying to do is achieve or not achieve these particular goals. And the icon on the left sort of says that this is what's most likely to impact that particular scenario. So this one's a power one. These ones are influence related. And then it gives you the instructions on how to achieve that. And that's by having the right amount of stuff in the bidding pool at the time that this needs to get finalized. And when successful, there's like an outcome at the bottom there, which is really good. You'll have some other ones here that have this little sort of starred external part here. They're special events. So normally if an event is cancelled, it sort of goes out of the game, but the special ones will sort of slide over to here. So there's like then a couple of things you have to try and do. I think I'm trying to remember back. It's been a while now. So there's always something that you've got to concentrate on, and you'll have some objectives that might say have less than 3 power scenarios achieved by the end of the game. That might be one of your secret objectives. So you're sort of bidding to stop that. But it's not one of those games where you ever feel like you're just out of it. There's always a way to try and come back. Okay, so these are sort of mixed up a little bit, but that's because of the printing and packing process. So you'll see some, there's sort of these personality cards here. I'll sort them out. Green Greta, you might recognise her. The People's Pope. Deep Throat, Sir David. He looks familiar. Spaceman Jeff. Princess dos Santos, Reborn Gyatso, Queenie. So you will recognize a lot of these faces, and there is a lot of pop culture references. So there's more standard event cards in here. There's kind of the scenarios that tell you how to set things up, which is really nice. Again, very easy to read. Some of the icons are a little small. Well, that's why I wear glasses. But there's nothing where you go, oh, I can't really figure that out. And each of these events has generally real-world scenarios that might be, you go, well, we can't always do a peacekeeping mission. Sometimes we have to send in the ammo, guns blazing. And I don't think you have to make moral decisions about the game unless you're really role-playing it. But then again, if you look at the personalities, that might sort of, if you're playing the Reborn Gyatso, your missions are going to have less conflict, more alliances. So you have some starting resources on your card, and then you can gain some extra victory points by achieving your own sort of personal missions, as well as those of your secret objectives, and earning resources through the bidding process. So they're really cool. Again, the same really thick cardstock. Like, that's a weighty pack. You're not thinking, this is all fluff and rubbish. So you have a summary of your missions on the front and more detail on the back. But again, you play one round and you go, is that all that means? Very good. All right, now we're down to the little box of secrets. So your resources are kept secret, because there might be instances where you can steal resources of someone else, but they might not have any of that particular resource. You've got to try and keep an eye on what's going on. So in your little box of secrets, cute little cardboard box is where you keep everything. At the moment, you've also got your player token. So there's 6 tokens in here, but I think it's a maximum of I don't know. What's it say on the box? It's it is 3 to 6 players, 60 to 90 minutes, age 12 plus. So as you, in bidding order, basically, you choose your position on the visibility track. So we will look at each one of these, because I do like the tokens are really cool. Where will I pop them? I might pop them there for the moment. Really good. I don't necessarily recognize or align or associate with all of these different groups, but these tokens are really nice. Initially in the Kickstarter, they weren't sure what these were going to end up like, but you can see they've actually got a lot of quality about them. The transfer printing is really nice, all individually shaped. Really cool. So you've got things that sort of Illuminati-ish, Masonic-ish, Templar-ish, you name it. So there's all of those. I might just pop them in here for the moment and give you a close-up. So let's just go right in. You can see the quality. Really nice little tokens. They go on your power board, on the power struggle board. Nice little boxes of secrets that match who you're playing with. So that is Gray Eminence, a bit of underhanded shenanigans, bidding, bluffing, resolving, talking about, might promote really great discussion about world events. This year's been a heck of a year for events, and we're still dealing with them. I can't believe the quality of these cards. They are fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed that. I can't wait to get this on the table with the final rules, beautiful components, with the gang from Tabletop Nights. So hope you enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you dislike, that's okay as well. Prefer you don't. But leave a comment. Let us know what you'd like us to do differently. If you'd like to see this game played, or any of the things that we've played before that you want to see replayed, or a game that you might have heard about you think we'd be good to have a crack at, Let us know. We love to interact with you guys. Thanks for all your support. We're nearly up to 3,000 subscribers, which is a great thing for us. Help us get over the line before Christmas. Tell your friends about this channel. So for now, I'll see you later.